Hey guys, it's Willie from Suerte Today I want to talk about what to do with some of the crazy stocks that are in your portfolio, and I think these two guys are going to be your best friends for maybe the next year or so. So if you haven't already watched my previous videos on one, the Iron Phoenix, and the Double Dragon Diagonal, I suggest that you go back and watch the previous videos just to see what it's all about. And then, but I'll briefly explain the what they are. So an Iron Phoenix is an upsized iron condor. So they're they could be like 50 point wide on like really big stocks. And the Double Dragon Diagonal is a double diagonal also on generally bigger stocks, but also the length of your time frame. So you could use this on a leap, or maybe about 9 months and out. And the reason why I bring these two up is recently the new year is barely started and it's already like kind of crazy on certain areas. In one area in particular, like Chinese stocks, because there's a threat of like delisting and people are scared and this and that. So let me address that first. If you have Chinese stocks, I think maybe the best thing to do, if you have some profits like I did, like I just took the profits and just like, what, let me just get out of here for now on some of my positions. Like for example, like Baba was recently in the news, but it's kind of bad, like in both China and in the United States. Like Alibaba's getting beat up. First, I think like Jack Ma might be like missing. Hopefully not permanently. It would be really a shock and a big shame if that happened. But supposedly he's lying low now. I don't know what that means, but I had some small profits on a position, so I just said, what, I don't need this grief. I'll just take the profit. And then there's also Tencent, which I've had on my watch list, but I haven't really been able to do much because there's no options on it, so I can't really trade it anyway. I just kept it as something on my watch list just to see just to get a gauge of how Chinese stocks move in general. And then the other thing was like with the New York Stock Exchange with like the three Chinese telecom stocks. I don't have positions in them, so they're not gonna affect me at all. But if you have some Chinese stocks like the China, I think Unicom and China Mobile and some other ones. First, I don't, you could just like take your profits if you have any in them, or you could buy a Chinese ETF. Like for example, there's something called Crane shares. They have a few of them, and depending on what you own, you could probably look at something like KBA or well, you can just look on that website. Like it's called Crane shares with a K. I'll probably just have a link to their general website, so you can just take a look at the ETFs that are available. The reason I mentioned that is like I think for some people it could be a good thing to have like some exposure to some Chinese stocks, because there could be some areas where I think there could like the profit potential could be worth the risk. But again, if you're nervous or you're scared, or maybe for political reasons you don't want to support it, perfectly understandable. There's plenty of other stocks that you can trade it in and out of. But for if those of you that do have an interest, like these Chinese ETFs, they're not going to care where the actual stock is listed. So if they do get delisted from US exchanges, chances are the stocks are already listed on a Chinese exchange, like maybe in Hong Kong or Shenzhen, and maybe even like in the future they could list in like say London or something. So if you want to play it like a little bit safer, you could probably just buy those ETFs. And unfortunately the options aren't that liquid, but maybe if you want something to trade in and out of, just like as something that's a little bit more liquid, you could try FXI. So that's just a suggestion for those stocks in particular. I still have my Neo position because I mean, it would be kind of silly to kind of delist Neo because I don't see them as like a like a political threat. I mean, they're just a car company, and they might be like the new Tesla of China. So I think there could be some good volatility plays in there. As I mentioned before, like I do have a double dragon diagonal in Neo. So far, it's been working out well because it's been kind of bouncing up and down. There's enough volatility for shorting and for going long. So just a quick review: double dragon diagonal is you're short a wide strangle in the front month, and then you're long a straddle in the back month. So basically, like you have some leaps, maybe depending on how far you want to like play it. You can start with like nine months going out in time, because I think the technical definition is options with like 9 months of expiration of time left. I know some people like to use like 1 year because it makes it easier just to I don't know, I guess it's just like it's easier to think about like 1 year instead of like 9 months, but the technical definition is 9 months or more of time remaining. But anyway, for me, I went all the way until like 2023 of January. So I think there will be a lot of opportunities both to long side and downside. So like basically my thinking is like in the back months, it still has a decent amount of volatility, but it's still cheap per I guess like unit of time to buy like the options and then short like the front months, so to collect some premium to kind of offset the cost of the positions. So and that's just kind of like the general thinking behind like the double dragon diagonal, excuse me. That like you think there's gonna be a lot of like action like back and forth, and you get if you play it correctly, or if you have like a good amount of luck, or you have like good analysis, you could actually like just short enough premium that you can eventually have like free long options on the back end, and you can actually get like money on like all four legs if you play correctly. And so far I've been fortunate that I've have been able to take off some certain double dragon diagonal positions on Neo. So far, things could change in a hurry, and that's why I want to bring up the kind of like the next set of crazy stocks, because I think like things like in the electric vehicle space and the software as a service space, things are starting to get really expensive, and things are starting to get like kind of volatile. Even the whole market in general is getting more volatile. So just like I keep having to think of like in the future, like what could potentially happen, and like the range of like prices, they keep getting like bigger. So this could be bad if you're on the wrong side. And I know like sometimes like when you're shorting like strangles, it's very difficult, especially for like if your broker has like really tight like margin requirements. I'm fortunate to have a portfolio margin account so that I can like be able to trade more positions. But even for me, like it's starting to getting a little bit more frustrating, because certain positions, like the market could be like really volatile, but like sometimes like you have like some stocks that are just like doing nothing, and then all of a sudden like things could reverse where like the market can like start calming down, but some of your stocks are like have like really high volatility. So, and that's why it's also good to have this guy as a strategy in your portfolio, like a Iron Phoenix. So for example, one of the stocks that I used to follow, and I'm really wanting to like get back into the position, is Mercado Libre. The ticker symbol is MELI if you want to look at it. But the problem is it's like it's a really expensive stock now. I remember back in early 2020, it was I think like after the crash, like it was like around like $400-$500. So it's still expensive, but at least like if you sell your options like further out, the capital requirements was still doable. But right now, like even if you have a pretty decent sized account, like say if you want to sell a cash secured put, you're putting up $150,000 like worth of buying power, and it's like, for me, it's not worth it just for like that one stock. So that's why like having a Iron Phoenix could be really handy. The implied volatility, sorry, I can't speak. The implied volatility, it's not like that great, but I think soon, like those big tech stocks, or like big software as a service, e-commerce, electric vehicle, like all the stocks that are in the news, like there's gonna get like more volatile and more expensive, and that's gonna be a little tricky. So that's why this guy will come in handy. So basically, an Iron Phoenix is an upsized Iron Condor, so it gives you more flexibility in terms of positioning, because you can cap your I guess like your buying power with if you have an Iron Condor type of position, like an Iron Condor or Iron Phoenix, because you have like the long options to cut down on like the buying power of your short strangle. So usually, like, the difference between an Iron Condor and Iron Phoenix for me is that like the width of your strikes. So for example, in something like Mercado Libre, that's like a really big stock. It's almost like an index on itself, and but you can cut your buying power. It'll be like I usually like to do like 50-point wide strikes. I know for Tasty Trade and Tasty Works customers or followers, they like to do, like they actually recommend, I believe, like the optimal strikes is, I believe, either like somewhere between like 20 and 30 like wide strikes. But for me, I'm willing to take a little bit more risk to have them 50-point wide. That's worked for me in the past. That doesn't mean like you won't take losses, but you, like, as with like any type of trading, like there's going to be like a risk of a loss somewhere. But you have to make sure that like the overall strategy, if you do it enough times, that like your average win will be greater than your average loss. And crossing my fingers, like so far that's been working for me. But now I'm being a little bit more selective, a little bit more patient. So I like to wait for like the implied volatility to kind of like really be at the upper end of the range. So like right now I want to see like maybe like at least like 30. Ideally, you want to see like IV ranks like like at like 90 or like 75, but like sometimes it doesn't always work out the way you want. And in fact, I think in maybe in another video, I'll make a video regarding some of the like Bitcoin related stocks. So watch out for that. So I can kind of expand on like the general like campaign trading and what I'm expecting. So I think like in 2021, I think there's going to be a lot of action. So if you're an active trader, I think it'll be good for you. But if you're more of a like if you're more comfortable with more like lower volatility, just be careful. Like I think like having Iron Phoenix and Double Dragon diagonals at your disposal will be really helpful for this year. So then you can play both like the low and high volatility, maybe even at the same time, depending on like what you have in your portfolio. So guys, if you can like and subscribe, that would be really great. That might help other traders as well, especially again, like just to recap, I think 2021 will be a really crazy year for active traders, and I want people to be more prepared, because I think maybe there'll be 2 or 3 more corrections before like the big one, like either a really big crazy move up and another like even more crazier like move down. So I want like people to be more prepared in the new year. I think if we can all like survive and even thrive in 2021, then you can call yourself like a great trader. And I think like just personally for myself, if I can get like the next big like short trade correctly, like I can kind of like maybe like call it quits, and then like I'll maybe like start making like videos like beyond just like trading and like maybe like your overall like how to handle like your overall wealth. But I want like other people to kind of like join me on the ride, because it sucks like if like let's say if I become a multi-millionaire but like my viewers are like struggling. That's not cool. Like I want my viewers to also like to benefit as well, because like otherwise what's the point of making these videos, right? It kind of sucks if like you're just watching and not like also kind of like participating. Of course this isn't like financial advice. I wanted to be careful how I say things, because I don't want to entice people to just like trade for no reason and like thinking that making money from trading is easy, and it's not. Like you have to be careful. You have to have some kind of a strategy. You have to have like certain tactics in place to kind of make sure to get your ideas to a profitable way. So again, I think that I'll cut it short for this video, and then in the next, like hopefully in the next set of videos and even like throughout like 2021, I want to give you like guys like more like food for thought. So in your own like portfolio, you can kind of like in case I'm not around, you guys can kind of like fend for yourself. That's really important to me, because I want like my family, friends, my viewers to really do well in 2021 and beyond. But like there's gonna be like maybe some crazy things that's gonna happen, that like both to the upside and downside, and I really want people to kind of like get as much like money from it as possible, so that they can kind of protect yourselves, protect your own families. So that's the thought. 2021 is off to like a crazy start, and hopefully we'll all be profitable together. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.